Oh, there it goes. The red button. We live, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold on, let me get the Instagram going because you know IG.
Yeah, let's get it all going. Knicks Rehab. Y'all know the deal. We are in the building. Yeah, you see, no matter where we at, we gonna talk our Knicks, whether we on the road, whether we in the crib. Listen, y'all don't love basketball more than us. That's a fact. And y'all don't
Might
love the
be
Knicks more.
impossible at this point.
That's a fact.
Might be impossible. Fabian perspective, expected, so accepted. Deja un like, comentario, suscribe.
Listen, y'all know the drill. Whatever he said, do that. Share, like, comment, subscribe. New York there, Knicks there. If that mean the Knicks, I don't know. Let's go. Knicks Rehab. We in the building. Yeah.
Shout out to Big Baby Sports.
Oh,
See you in the
big
building
shout
here.
out. Yeah, that's a
I think
good
that's Big
brother right
Baby
there.
Jonathan on.
Yes,
Yeah,
Big Baby Jonathan on Instagram. He always show love. And anytime you need us, bro, we there for you. Big shout out to him. LA Lakers, big shout out.
definitely. We got a bunch of people on Twitter in the building. Comment. Do what you got to do, fellas, ladies
Y'all
and
know the deal.
gents. You see the thumbnail, the Julius Randle injury, but that was during the Miami Heat game where we smacked them, and that was after the Denver Nuggets game as well. Miami
Say it
Heat.
again. Hold on. No, say it again. What do we do to them?
We smacked them.
Yeah. Yeah.
125-109. The Knicks defeated the Miami Heat. Forget Jimmy Butler, my bad. OG Anunoby had 19. Randall had 19. Jalen Brunson had 32. 11 for DiVincenzo, 14 for Josh Hart, 12 for Quentin Grimes, 9 rebounds for Randall, 8 assists for Brunson. 8 assists for Brunson. He's been passing that rock.
Yeah, let's go. Keep going.
9 rebounds for Josh Hart, 10 rebounds for Achua. I spoke you up, Achua. 16 minutes for Hartenstein. Hartenstein, I'm worried about you. But Achua, you've been impressing me a little bit here. I'm not gonna lie.
He's been active.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you feel about the game? What stood out? Obviously, from the injury was bad, but what stood out about that game against the Miami Heat to you?
Well, before I get started, I just want to say best platform out. Big shout out to all the New York Knicks platforms, but Knicks Rehab. Tell me what platform is doing drive-by content. Just tell me that. Now, let's get back exactly. Who's doing that? But what I took away from the game, Tibbs got better as a coach. Games like this, we would have lost because we started off terrible. We started off in the hole. I think was down 10-12. We was down double digits. And usually games like that, when Tibbs start off like that, when our Knicks start off like that, it doesn't look good. So it goes to show you they starting to believe in Tibbs. That's very important to me because I wasn't a big Tibbs guy, and he's starting to grow on me. It might be like fungus, pause, but he's still growing on me. But what I took from the game, we got grit, we got heart, and when our guys get the opportunities, listen, man, they solid, very solid. You just gave out those numbers. Miami is tough. Miami is solid, and as you can see, they got nothing but dogs over there. But we kept fighting. Randall and Brunson started off slow. And then Brunson came on at the end and just caught on fire. Remember my last post, I said Brunson going to give him a 40 piece. He was 8 short. So, for me, that win was very important. That game was very important to win in that manner because 9 times out of 10, we're going to have to meet them in the playoffs. So for us to show all the teams in the East, we ready, whether it's Milwaukee, Boston, Brooklyn, Indiana, Philly. So whoever we meet, that was a very important game because let's not forget, the Miami Heat is well coached with Spo over there. They have their own superstar. So, for me, it just shows that we ready. We ready to take that next leap. We have a superstar, and we have great role players, and our bench is not as bad as everybody's making it out to be. When them guys is hitting shots, we might got the best bench in the NBA. When Hart, when Grimes, like I said, Hart, like when those guys, Deuce, DiVincenzo, like I said, when those guys are playing great, we almost unbeatable, man. And once again, I'm saying it, we have the top 5 point guard in the league. We have the best point guard in the East. And right now, Brunson is a top 10 player in the NBA. He doesn't complain. He doesn't beg for help. He plays all the games. He plays through injuries. He's tough. So we showed the Miami Heat, and we put the whole NBA world on notice. The Knicks is the real deal. So what I took out of that game, I know I went on by for a rant, but I'm happy. Tom Thibodeau is now really coaching. Not saying he couldn't coach, but the team believes in him, and he has a system now. And the way that game started, me as a Knicks fan, I was nervous. But to pull that off like that, pause. Listen, we here. We are legit title contenders. People want to laugh at that and do all that all you want, but I don't know who's going to believe in Cleveland. We show who Cleveland was last year. They didn't make no real upgrade, so why would you think different? Joel Embiid seems like he ducks a lot of smoke. He ain't get past the second round, so why would we believe in him? And we already smoked their boots. Boston, I will never trust, ever. And Milwaukee, I'm just saying, they older, they injury prone. Dame and them seem like they still don't have it together. Giannis may have to average 50. So for me, we in a great spot. Don't even talk to me about Brooklyn, Indiana, and I don't want to hear about none of that. We dealing with the big dogs. So for me, I think that game Saturday against our rival Miami, I think that put us in title contention. Worst case, Eastern Conference. And I'm saying that with confidence, no trolling. Not because I'm a Knicks fan. I watched the game. The month of January, the New York Knicks is the best team in basketball. Let me say that again before I let you go, my brother. In the month of January, and probably the last week of December, the New York Knicks are the best team in basketball. The most exciting team. It's not. What else y'all want? So for me, listen, man, that was a big win. I just took away from it. We ready to take that next leap.
I totally agree, and obviously we know what the big hiccup was in the game. We had the game in hand. I just felt like the momentum, and you broke that game down beautifully because I forgot what the slow start was with us. We missed a couple of shots early, and we were rushing.
Hold on, just to cut you off, just 2 seconds. Big shout out to Hartenstein. He knew what that game meant, and he played through that injury. Just think about that. That Miami Heat game was that important. He understood, and he toughened it out and played, and he was a big difference. I'm sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to shout out him for that.
No, and he only played, I think it was 14. So how many minutes did he play there? 16 minutes, and he looked hobbled. There was one play where he was grabbing his Achilles, and he looked bad, and I was scared for him. That's another guy that we have to worry about because, come on now, the acquisitions of I'm trying to think of when the last time we had these acquisitions before. Hartenstein, Brunson, OG Anunoby. There's a new core, and Hartenstein's a part of it. Mitchell Robinson, we love you, but I personally do not feel like you are as versatile as Hartenstein. Hartenstein is guarding, falling back. He knows how to do drop coverage, but more importantly on offense, yo, this guy's rolling to the basket when he gets the ball. Everything's intentional. Pump fake. He makes the center play defense. Mitchell Robinson ain't doing that from all levels of the court with the ball in his hands. So for Hartenstein to come out there, like you said, give his white chocolate version of Willis Reed out there, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. He has swag. He's tough. I love everything about him. And we did struggle early on in the game, but as
he bought into the culture.
No. He is a guy that's part of the culture. He didn't buy into it.
I'm not saying he always was part, but what I'm saying is right now you can see before the injury and even Saturday, he bought in. Like you got to remember, if you watch him now, he bought into the culture to what his job is. He don't even worry about scoring. He's doing all the dirty work. He's doing everything that nobody else won't do.
Well, I guess that's what the Knicks want. Because if you have Jalen Brunson is the same thing, right? It starts off with him where if he's the star player and he's going, I don't need max money. That is everything. That is everything. I don't need max money. We know what money means. We know if the top guy goes, I don't need all the money in the world. Now you get to get something. You really can't say, give me more money. No disrespect, IQ, but that's what it is. So when you have Isaiah Hartenstein coming to the team, now he looks like a starting center in the league. This is kind of crazy. And I love Mitchell Robinson. Do not get this twisted. But what a great problem to have is what we've been saying the last couple of weeks. Great problem to have is Mitchell Robinson coming back. Hey, do we start him? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Well, for me, great question. I wouldn't start him at first. You know, I will let him get healthy, like I said, because Hartenstein been holding it down. And eventually, I'm gonna be honest, man. I might play both of them. Yeah.
At the same time?
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't mean they both have to play the same amount of minutes. But I'm just saying.
I want to see that lineup.
Brunson at the 1. Listen, this is what I'm doing. Give me OG at the 2. Randle at the 3. Hartenstein at the 4. Mitchell Robinson at the 5. I'm trying it out. I'm sorry. When we get in the playoffs and we got to play Philly and Milwaukee, those two, where they got them big dogs over there, hey, man, I'm giving it a shot. Once again, you can do it for some minutes, and if it don't work, then you go back to the drawing board. But I'm looking to do that. I'm looking to do that. Yes, I have no problem doing it.
And it forces. Shout out to Fleet. Fleet's in the building, by the way.
Big shout out
Dom in the building.
Big
Harmony. Caller, what's going on? For Sportsman in the building. Master J3, love you. Hold on a second. Golden Knight merch. 12 out of the last 14. I might be a believer now. Thank you, Golden Knight merch. Shout out to you because you've been jumping in here. David. ¿Cómo estamos? Jimmy Coolwater, I see you guys. Mel, what's good, Mel?
What up?
We need you in here, New Yorker. There's a pecking order though now, and it's all because of everything we talked about. You add these players, we no longer have, no disrespect to RJ Barrett, number 3 pick. What's looming in the air is what everybody says. Yo, the number three pick, he can't just sit on the bench. Number 3 pick, yo, he might get a max contract. None of that is looming around with he has to. When the new superstar goes, I don't need max money. Isaiah Hartenstein comes off the bench. You could start me, bench me if you want to. Fournier is chilling on the end of that bench, collecting his money, not really complaining, throwing certain jabs at times. I see your jabs, Fournier. The French gift. Will the French gift appear since Randle's out? Will he step in and maybe spread the floor a little bit? Because he can shoot. Let's not forget that.
Well, that's a great segue into the Randle injury with the dislocated shoulder. Damn, you know, it hurt. It looked worse than what it was, but of course went up, you know, for the layup. Got cut under a little bit, got low bridge a little bit, came down on his shoulder. Well, breaking news reports is that they're talking weeks instead of him being out months. The MRI came back where there wasn't that much damage done. So let's pray and hope that, you know, he can only miss a month. We have some winnable games on the schedule. I'm mad that he's not going to be around to play against Orlando because we owe Orlando a lot of smoke. That team is up and coming, and they always got our number. Even the last couple seasons, for some reason, they got our number. But yes, that blow right there, pause. Wow, you know, it's scaring me a little bit because now we have Randle hurt, we have Mitchell Robinson hurt, and then we have Hartenstein hurt. So now for me, this is where Brunson and OG become the superstars that they are. This is where the bench, whoever it is, whether it's, you know, Josh Hart, whether it's DiVincenzo, Deuce, those guys, listen, they got to step up. So for me, as long as we win the games we supposed to win, I think our next game is Charlotte. We should win that game, but we may need Brunson to who you've been comparing him to. We may need him to be Allen Iverson right now. We need you to go for 40 balls against some of these teams. Like I said, keep us right there. But yeah, Randle injury, that's our all-star, all NBA third team. Come on. In any given day, the best player on our team gets hurt. So, you know, it's devastating for our Knicks, but we got our superstar. We got a great supporting cast. I think we'll be okay. I really do.
Yeah, Dom. We say Hartenstein, not Hartenstein. We don't say New Orleans. We say New Orleans. We're from New York, baby. No, Flea. We're not gonna stop using that word superstar until you come across that bridge, baby. We've been said it. We're riding that wave. And Julius Randle was the guy flirting with being a superstar. Again, thriving under Tibbs, who we all call a player killer. That's what his reputation was, because the Derrick Rose injuries is unfortunate. Maybe some injuries in Minnesota, driving him to the ground.
Can I ask you a question? If I'm not mistaken, how much points were we up?
15. 4.5 minutes left in the game.
Stay there. Because, you know, on Knicks Rehab, we're going to ask the questions that nobody asks, or they scared to ask, or they want to ignore. We've seen this before. Should Randle have been in the game?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yes.
I'm just asking.
Again, we will, you know, great question, because that's what it was leading up to. Was that part of Tibbs' history? You know, to drive these guys to the ground with Randle being, was it too dangerous for him? Randle is a dangerous player regardless, bro. What are we talking? That could have happened in the first quarter. That's just who he is. He's a reckless abandonment. We always hope that he's honing in the lunatic side. That's what we hope he's doing. At every single second on that court is what we're hoping for Randle. It just so happened that he went aggressive there. And why not? What if he would have yammed it? What if he would have hit another and one and put the game away? We would have went bananas. And I can't be mad at Tibbs for having him in the game at that point. I was a little upset with Julius Randle, because we always get upset with Julius Randle. He feeds into our bipolarity as Knicks fans. He looks like a Knicks fan out there, bro.
Hold on.
Crazy.
Is that a real word, or you just made that up?
You and Flea.
Bipolarity is crazy.
You and Flea gonna have to stop testing my vocabulary, gangster. That is definitely a word. Are you crazy?
Listen. I went to public school, man. Big shout out to all the public schools. I'm just saying, I gotta ask. That's all.
So did I. Yo, shout out to all 28 mother lovers in the building from AllBall TV. Yes. Salute y'all, man. You kidding me? In the middle of the day, going crazy.
We here, and tell them, baby, drive by. Listen, I pulled over. Right. Who doing drive-by takes? That's how much we love the Knicks. Y'all hear the horns, y'all hear everything. Yeah.
Hey, Davey Davies on your side. He said he made that up, bipolarity.
Exactly. Thank you, David. Yeah, he over here. Listen, we're going to have an encyclopedia or a dictionary on hand, because the words he make up sometimes, listen, I need to see proof, because I don't believe nothing no more. Listen, man.
The Fablopedia is crazy. But I do think this will lead to my next point. At the moment, and y'all gonna call me crazy, I don't care. Dom's in the building. Yeah, Dom, I'm a troll, right? At the same exact moment,
let's go,
that I said to myself, hold on a second. This is the best team in the NBA right now.
Hold on. Stay there. That's not crazy. Can I repeat? Hold on, let me repeat. Since OG, and maybe a little bit before OG, the whole month of December, we are the best team in the NBA. It's not even close.
Smoking y'all.
Hold on. You do that, because I'm not gonna steal your content. Go ahead, give it to him. Pause.
I might have stole this from Mills Media, but I gotta add a little sauce to it. We smoked the NBA Finals pack from last year. Smoked it. Rolled it up. Smoked it. The Denver Nuggets smoked it.
Say it again. Hold on. The ganja. Look at that Bob Marley thing, bro. That's like Bob Marley.
Smoked it. The Nuggets and the Heat, the two NBA finalists. No. It wasn't in a close game. We etched out a close game. No. Spanked them both. Back to back in our building.
What did we do to Milwaukee?
Oh, the last game? The last game? Where Jalen Brunson was giving your man. Your man?
Say it again. We did what?
Like a little newborn baby.
Hold on. No. Stay there. Wait, stay there. What did we do to Philly?
Spanked them. With your man Joel Embiid?
Wait. Who's one of the best teams in the West? Minnesota. What did we do to them?
Beat down. Oh no. You see, what you guys are used to is us gassing everything. because we're New Yorkers. Yep. I don't want them. I'm not gonna get political, but you see how we do. Hey, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. We hate his guts. You're not a real Knicks fan, but you got ESPN on Smash. Why? Because you got us in your blood. That's why. So when it was time to hype the trash, we do that. We know how to sell something. But guess what? Y'all are mad because this is the real deal. Can you believe what they've been doing? Number one defense. Hold on. Let me get to this video then.
Let's go.
Because Michael K, I'm going to get to this Michael K video because he broke this down. When I tell you unbelievably, I said, oh, damn, that's way too many stats. And again, I'm not a stat guy, but I like watching something. I like just watching the game. Again, shout out to my man Nick. The best analytical stat is the EYE, the eye test. Now, once the eye test is kicking in, let me see some stats.
Let's go.
Michael K broke this thing down more beautiful than I ever could.
Champion in their history. The Knicks are allowing 99.8 points per game this month after allowing 124.8 in December. That's 25. That 25 point per game improvement is on pace to be the largest from 1 month to the next by any team within a season in NBA history with a minimum of 10 games each month. The Knicks have dominated in January, recording a plus 194 point differential in 13 games. That's their best point differential over a 13-game span since the 1969-70 season where they won a title. OG's been unbelievable. According to Per Second Spectrum, he's holding opponents to 35.8% shooting as the closest defender in January, the best in the NBA among players that defend 100-plus shots. It's amazing. I mean, I could give you stat after stat. They are the real deal right now, and they're still they're looking to make another deal.
Hold on. Did you see all those number ones, those firsts in that column? But hold on. Let me just say this before you continue with your beautiful rant on the best team in the NBA. All y'all that said the RJ Barrett trade was terrible. Y'all see that defensive difference with them points? OG, baby. Like I said, it's an OG call. We keeping them. If you don't know what that's from, it don't matter. Knicks.
I just can't believe how great we're doing. I'll say this too. I didn't know OG was this. I don't think any of you guys thought OG was this. I don't care what Toronto Raptors fan. Even the Raptors fan were not that upset to lose him like that.
No. Let me do this to myself. I knew he was this. That's why I was thirsty to get him. Even when the trade talks started in the beginning, and we was talking about OG, I wanted OG because I knew what he was. He low maintenance. He under the radar. And he just want to play basketball. And he's tough. You see the frame. You see everything. Like I said, bro, I knew this what it was. Listen, that's why when we gave up what we gave up, you ain't hear me complaining. Well, everybody was, oh, you gave up too much. Then y'all ain't watching. OG is exactly what the Knicks needed. Exactly what the Knicks needed.
Wait a minute. Where's my thing at? Oh, my bad. We gotta add another guy to the building.
Oh,
you see where he's at.
Come on, baby. Yeah. We got 3 of the sportsmen up here. Hold on. And I'm telling you now, I love the attire. Flea, what up, my brother?
Gentlemen, my brothers, what's good? What's the word?
Hold on. Your man, Fleadopolis, was in the city. God bless Flea and the fam.
Yes.
Condolences to the fam.
We appreciate it.
New York City, landed back in Texas. How was in between all the family stuff? How was the warmth, the buzz about the Knicks? Twofold question actually, because we know what happened with that game. We know what happened with it. Bittersweet. Do you feel like Fabian is being Fabian as usual, going crazy, that the Knicks are the best team in the league right before that injury? And the Julius Randle thing kind of hurt that. Or is Fabian a lunatic?
We are we play the hardest. I think we play the hardest in the league. That's what I feel like. And because we play the hardest and we got 2 guys that are playing out of their minds right now, we are up there with some of the better teams, right? Like Jalen Brunson he's borderline superstar, y'all. I like what I see. I like what I see. I like what I see. Obviously, before Julius Randle got hurt, he was playing at a supreme level. But because we play so hard, we 40-piece Denver. We didn't just beat Denver. We got them out of here. Y'all see what we did on Saturday? Y'all see what we did to Miami on Saturday?
Talk to him.
At one point it started to not even be a game. We was getting them out of it. Like, so when we lock in defensively and guys are hitting shots, it looks like our defense turns, it really ignites our offense. Everything that we do on the defensive end, it ignites our offense. And then we just play. When we hit shots, guys is hitting threes, open threes. It's not like we get a lot of contested threes either. DiVincenzo's hitting a lot of open threes. Grimes, when he hits shots, it's a lot of open shots. I'm like, damn, Jalen Brunson and the attention he receives, and of course Julius Randle opens up a lot for the other guys that are just filling up roles. And of course, this OG move at the end of this year, that'll be the biggest move in the NBA. I don't care what nobody else does this year.
Ooh,
I don't care what nobody else does this year. Nobody else is going to make another move this year and impact their team the way OG Anunoby has impacted the New York Knicks. Nobody else is going to make a move like we did.
Flea, let me ask you a question, man. Always an honor to have you up here, man. Big shout out Dom Drop, our other brother. Big shout out to everybody in the comments.
Big shout out to the Four Sportsmen, man. For real.
Yes. Let me ask you a question, and then Fabian can, respond as well. But I want to get your response first. We know Tom Thibodeau was known as a defensive coach, right? And we know for the duration of him being a Knicks coach, the defense has been horrific, right? Is it because he didn't have defensive guys? Now that we have OG and Hartenstein, you're starting to see his defensive genius like when he was with the Boston Celtics. So your opinion, does he now have the players that now his defense can start to show on the court?
So I would argue a couple of seasons ago we had a pretty good defense. I would argue that some of his defensive attributes as a coach has shown in certain points during his tenure, right? Certain points. But right now, yes, it is shining because we have a unit that is built around getting stops, like especially before Mitch got hurt, right? Before Mitch got hurt, we really attack guys on the defensive end. And again, that's what sparks our offense. And, this is the first time in a long time we've had a point of attack guy that could really just go get it, right? When's the last time we had a guy that just has the ball in his hands and can really just orchestrate plays, get guys in position, but really just go score it too? Like, okay, I don't really got it to get. Let me just go get it. This kid Jalen Brunson is different. He's different. Every day I'm getting more and more impressed with him. I know where y'all are with him. I'm talking about me. I'm more and more impressed with this dude and how consistent. It's the consistency, right? When we talk about superstars, when we talk about guys that impact, it's the consistency. Night in and night out. When we go up to Denver and play in Denver, how are you playing? When we go to Sacramento, how are you playing? When we got a home game at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, how are you playing? Like, this dude shows up every day ready to rock and roll. Like, yeah, give me Jalen Brunson. I like what he's doing for us.
Hold on, Fabian. Before you respond, I just want to say also, just real quick, Jalen Brunson, and he's also showing up in the big moments. Home game. He's showing up against the good teams, the best teams. He's giving them 30 and 40 pieces. So also we have a superstar that he doesn't go missing. So that's to me, that's big as well. Pause.
Well, this is crazy when we got somebody all the way from the other side of the country trying to chime in on this. And this Knicks love, baby. Dom Dropper in the building.
The dropper. Dom, what up, Dom?
Yo, what's going on? Rare appearance where I can get on in the middle of the day.
Where you at? You went in Panama?
I wish.
You back?
No, I just got out of the gym. But I'm very impressed with OG and the impact that he's made. Like, obviously, I know he's a great defender, but he might be the best wing defender in the NBA.
Ho. Dom,
Is that excessive? Is that a crazy take?
That's not
No,
excessive.
wait.
You guys are watching him
hold
every
on.
night, not me.
Hold on, Dom. Look, you see that window? That window for no reason. Listen, I didn't do anything. Hold on. Dom, you're a big Clippers guy. You're one of the smartest guys I know, all of us up here, when it comes to all y'all guys are smart. So I respect all y'all opinions. But you have another wing defender over there in LA with the Clippers. Are you telling me at this point OG might be better than him defensively?
If you're talking about Kawhi Leonard, I'm gonna say yeah, because OG Anunoby is guarding the best player every night. I've always said this about defensive teams and stuff. Like, yeah, Kawhi Leonard and certain guys that can guard the best in crunch time, like, that's valuable to me. But I always think we should prioritize giving defensive accolades to the players that have to guard the number one options. Like, that dude that has to guard the best player on the other team and sit in the chair and, like, actually fight over screens with them all game. Those players get very underrated. Like, when we talk, even in the history of basketball, like Andrew Wiggins' impact on that Warriors ring, like Michael Cooper on all those Laker rings, like these kind of people, they don't get enough credit. You have to guard the best player every night is very difficult. So what OG's doing, and he's shutting down elite players. Like, I saw how he did Jamal Murray, man. That was really, really bad. So he's playing really great. Clearly a better fit than Barrett, because Barrett, like, he's playing really great in Toronto, but you know, he's like, is he a go-to guy? Is he good enough to warrant the touches to be a go-to guy? OG is just a 3-and-D guy. He's exactly what every team wants. And as you said, low maintenance, doesn't take away from anybody. He only adds. So I think he's been great. But I do think you guys are not the hottest team in the league. I think that's us.
Of course you was.
But you know what? No. But you know when the Clippers are
you have zero control over your mic, pause, and the video right now. Watch your mouth. This is Knicks Rehab. Who the hell do you have hotter than Knicks? Are you out of your mind? You are crazy right now.
How am I out of my mind if we're 12-2 in our last 14? We've won 27 of our last 34 games. We're number 1 in the NBA power rankings right now. We're a more serious threat to win the championship because we have Kawhi Leonard as our best player. And we just beat the Boston Celtics in Boston by 30-plus points. Don't let that final score fool you. We were up by 36 points in regulation time. So I just think that the Knicks are top 3 hottest teams, but I think we're number 1. I think there's nobody playing better than us right now. Seriously. And I'm quick to slander my own team, but we're really playing great.
No, y'all are playing great, but I think we're 12-2 since we've made the trade for OG as well. Like, we've only lost 2 games since the trade too. I'm looking at the standings right now. Knicks are legitimately the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference right now. We are the legit 4 seed. You guys are the legit 3 seed.
We could be the 1 seed by the end of the week. I'm serious.
That is true, but in the win column, we're only 1 game different. You have 30 wins, we have 29 wins. So I mean,
Flea, hold on. Can I say something? The last show on the Sportsman, if I'm not, let me. I was the only one up here. You and Don was killing our Knicks as far as can we, and I said we can get to the 3 seed.
You the only one. They try to flame me.
No. I'm just
they're number 1 team or not, Fabian?
I remember what I said, right? I'm just saying. I said we can get to that 3 seed, and it's not. Listen, I'm just trying to tell y'all, and I'll let Fabian go. These are new Knicks. This is a new day. We actually have a culture, and in all seriousness, Tom Thibodeau is doing a hell of a job, and I think when a team believes in it, and I'm not a Tom Tibbs guy, but I got to give props when props is due. They believing in him. They fighting for him. And to see Hartenstein come to that game, he knew the importance of playing against Miami, the rivalry and all that stuff. It goes to show you those guys believe in Tibbs, and when a team believes in their coach, I think that's a recipe for greatness. So I think we're gonna get that 3 seed.
So
Shout to Beloved, because he's saying Randle support now is, like you say, Flea, disingenuous. Trade him after 6 games from a broken ankle. I never said trade him after a broken ankle, but I gotta shout out to Beloved because he's always been a Randle supporter.
Hold on. Guess what? I still trade him. Listen, bro, I'm still me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hold on. No. Hold on. See, this is what happens.
Let him go.
What happens. Real Knicks fan, that's why we call it Knicks Rehab. Because we're bipolar, we need our medication, and something's wrong with us. 1 minute we'll love you, 1 minute we'll hate you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Listen, just enjoy the ride, brother. We looking good. That's it. That's it. But go ahead, Fabian. Big shout out to love.
Now I was just gonna say we're two games back on Philly right now in the loss column, but we have the same amount of wins as Philly. So, you know, potentially we could be in a 3 seed. Who knows? If we continue losing Julius Randle, I don't care what anybody, that we're gonna have to figure that out. That's not gonna be easy to just continue playing the way that we've been playing.
Yeah, it'll
Who
be hard
starts
to
in his
make up
place?
for all NBA type. I think you move OG to the 4 and Josh Hart to the 3. You need the rebounding. Like that's what I'm worried about is the rebounding and the hustle plays. Because
do you have any like backup big forward anymore that now that Toppin's gone?
No.
Okay,
No.
that's probably that would probably do the same thing you just said.
The truth is, you may have to play Precious more minutes.
Yeah.
Flea, what did you feel about how Thibodeau is flanking Precious? Because he started Sims the 2 games previously to that. You start Hartenstein now. He sees Hartenstein's kind of hobbling. Flea plays 16 minutes. Ochua plays 31 minutes. Amazing game versus the Heat, smaller team. But what do you feel about Tibbs, the guy who gets killed for this 9-man rotation or 6-man rotation, figuring this thing out with Ochua? What do you feel about his coaching so far the last couple games?
I told you getting Precious back in that deal was something. Everybody was telling me that's just a throw-in. But
you definitely said that.
Right? I always said getting Precious as well was a good piece just to go forward what we're doing. Now, as far as him playing over like Jericho Sims, y'all know how I feel. I don't think Jericho Sims should be playing with us.
Fabian.
I think Sims, yes, he lacks the IQ, but I want to see him on defense. Yo, I can't believe how he guards perimeter players. And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I've seen it. He's 7 feet tall, guarding perimeter, or 6'10", whatever he is. That's super athletic, staying in front of elite 2 guards. Elite 2 guards. I seen him stay in front of Anthony Edwards. Name him. Jimmy Butler, whoever it is, and he disturbs their jump shot. So is he the smartest guy on the court? That's kind of harsh to say. Of course, I don't think he is. But physically, what he's doing, I want to see some. We're gonna have to see some Jericho Sims at the 4, Hartenstein at the 5, or Chua around there. You have to play with those lineups. And Thibodeau has shown, I need to stretch this lineup a little bit. Randle ain't gonna be here. He's forced to experiment now, and not only is he forced to do it, he's shown that he could do it.
Yeah, he has to. But I would much rather a Chua on the floor than. I would much rather Chua on the floor than Sims. You're right, beloved. He probably need more reps, but he's not the smartest basketball player out there.
Yeah, I've seen. No, Flea, I disagree with him. I've seen enough reps. I know who Sims is.
Yeah, being undisciplined doesn't help, especially we're undermanned. So when you're an undisciplined guy on, especially on a defensive end, like you active, but you could be foul baited, like you could be put in positions where, we get against these bigger teams, and now you're trying to, stop guys from getting to the rim. I don't think he's good enough yet to trust him to be in the rotation heavy. That's just me.
Well, you know what, fellas? My thing is, I think at this point we're gonna have to give Sims some minutes though, and it's gonna be some short minutes. But the other day when he had 4 blocks, we definitely gonna need him for a size, pausing his rebounding. I get what you're saying though, Flea, but we definitely gonna need him with Hartenstein and like I said, Randle and Mitch out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna need him, and we just gotta hope and pray that he does a decent job, but he's not gonna play many minutes. But that's definitely 6 fouls, another big man that can rebound. So we definitely gonna need it though. We definitely gonna need it.
Dom, I only muted your mic because the air for some reason is going through on the wind is going through the mic. Usually those headphones are really good for that, but whenever you're ready to talk, just unmute it. Yo, Turbo, whenever you want, just shoot the question, bro.
Hey,
Fabe, you think?
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You think he got a fair shot to show what he got? Jericho Sims is showing a fair shot, bro. He started 2 games. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Isaiah Hartenstein jumped to the starting lineup. He was ready. He was getting mad.
He's always ready.
Yeah. He was getting
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah,
AllBall.
Yeah, Jericho Sims, I've seen him since he was a rookie. I've been impressed with him, but he hasn't really changed from being a rookie. He's still the same person from Texas. Flea, what we talked about? From that same orange color you got on right now. He was in Tech. You know I don't watch college ball, but I watch his damn tape. You the same dude.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's a pro. I think he could play on the pro level. There's something about I'm trying to find what he's gonna be good at. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody has, especially at this level with the way the game is right now, everybody has an NBA skill. All guys in the league right now, they all got some kind of NBA skill. I'm just trying to figure out what his NBA skill is going to be.
I said this a couple days ago, maybe last week. I think Sims needs to go holler at Ben Wallace, and really see how Ben Wallace can help him at least learn defense better. Because like I said, Ben Wallace, raw talent, strong, but he learned how to stay in the game. His IQ was there. So for me, Sims has the body, he has the size, but now he doesn't have those intangibles. So just like a lot of players holler at guys to get help, I'm not saying he could be as good as Ben Wallace, but if he has the sizes of Ben Wallace, why can't he learn how to play defense, rebounding, shot blocking, and at least, learn how to not commit silly fouls and go around picks and under picks and things of that nature. So I think he really need to holler at a vet, man.
Don't get me wrong, OG. I agree with you because like rebounding is still an underrated skill that is needed for every NBA team, especially the championship level teams, right? The guys the teams that are winning always secure possessions, add possessions, offensive, you know what I'm saying? So rebound is such an underrated skill. If Sims could turn into like an elite rebounder, that would be great for him because he's already athletic.
But hold on, before Dom go, but also Flea, he can also be a guy that can, like I said, switch off sometimes. I'm not saying lock nobody down, but make the right switches and things of that nature. Not only a rebounder, because like look at Dennis Rodman, undersized. Not saying he can guard Shaq, but at least you can try to contain some players. It's like for him to be that young and that athletic and that strong, you can't even keep him on the floor. So he has to figure that out because it shouldn't be this bad.
No, but Dom, you got to jump in here. This is you hit everything on the nose, AllBall, bro. Ben Wallace and Dennis Rodman, they impacted the game everywhere outside of the offense like that. His body type is insane. He jumps through the damn garden. He looks crazy. Ben Wallace, now, again, we know the problem that they had with Charles Oakley. Remember, Oakley and Ben Wallace, same alma mater, right? They went to the same school. So, or whatever background they have going on. You need to go holler at Oakley, number one, because you got to bridge the gap between the old school and now. We're at the highest of the highs that the Knicks have ever been. You bridge that gap, bring in Ben Wallace to go teach that young kid. That's who he needs to talk to. I laughed at Giannis going to Hakeem. I feel like an idiot for that. Giannis looks amazing this year to me offensively. How is it going to hurt Jericho Sims sitting down? He can't talk to Rodman. Well, hold on, we got Rodman in the building. Dom, wait, Rodman.
I don't want to tell no fucking Jericho Sims.
Hold on. Dennis Rodman, why would you not talk to Jericho Sims?
No, I only help players have an actual chance. Nobody just taking all. I'm going to be like Dennis Rodman, going to guard in the post. No, you can't. Yo, I have a question, though. I have a question.
I'm that shit.
I had something to tell Carla, though. She was saying that the Celtics were tired and stuff like that. The Clippers were on a second night of a back-to-back, and we blew them out. And we're the old load managing team, so I don't want to hear that. Anyway, I like the discussion about Jericho Sims, though. Again, I'm listening to you guys because I don't watch Jericho Sims on a nightly basis. So I like all the stuff you guys are saying. And, yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt to tap into guys that are like bruisers and found ways to impact the game in other ways. So, yeah, I know the reason why I said Fabian is because I remember he was super high on Jericho Sims like back in 2022. So.
Yeah. Well, for now, he got to figure it out because, our bigs is down. Our best player on any given night is down, so we need Jericho Sims to step it up.
Yo, Dom, you nailed that shit every time.
That was hilarious.
All right, bro. That's
Uh,
the funniest shit ever. Nah, man. I was gonna say this. It's gonna sound a little weird, right? But it's true. And just think about it for a second. If Jericho Sims like went and talked to a guy like Andre Drummond, like Andre Drummond has become a guy that just blocks shots. And to be honest with you, on paper, like statistically, is one of the best rebounders of all time. Like of all time. He's one of them guys up there that has won tons of rebounding titles if you go back and look at it. So all I'm just saying is Jericho Sims should be a guy like that. Don't worry about, because these kids want to put the ball in the basket. They want to be a part of the offense. And when they're not a part of the offense, it's like, well, what else am I doing out there? No, there's so much other things he could be doing out there that's gonna, impact the game.
I have a question for the panel. If Jalen Brunson and the Knicks make it to the second round this year, again, I don't know when the last time the Knicks will have made it to 2 second rounds in a row was. You'd have to fact check me on that. Is he a better Knick than Melo and the best Knick of my lifetime? So like 98 onwards. So don't count Ewing. If he makes the second round, that would be 2 series wins. Melo only has 1 series win. And it would be in less time.
Can I go first?
I know what you're going to say yes. I can see it in your face.
He's already better than Melo as a Knick.
Oh, wow. Why?
I've been saying that. For one, he's done more than Melo did his first year. Like I said,
yeah.
Melo being a superstar.
But wait, can I play devil's advocate though? Melo got traded in the middle of the season. Brunson got a whole training camp.
Okay, understandable, but I'm just saying right now, with Melo, I never thought we had a chance of winning a championship. This young man has the buzz in the air. I'm not saying this year, but I'm just saying this young man has the buzz in the air that if we get one more piece, we're championship contention. For me, he just reads New York. I'm sorry. As great as Melo was, he didn't do it for me, man. I'm sorry. As great as offensively he was, like I said, this guy Brunson, everybody likes him. The teammates seem like they like him. And to me, what he's doing with the Knicks in his second year, I don't see Melo doing this.
I will say this, there hasn't been any disappointment with Brunson yet. There was disappointment right away in the first 2 years of Melo. Like the best part of 2012 was Linsanity. It wasn't even Melo.
Well,
I wouldn't say that.
Hold on a second. Let's be fair about something.
What'd you say there, Fabian?
We lost the playoffs last year. I think we could have. That's disappointing. He brought us on a high and we crashed down.
You expected to beat Miami after they beat Milwaukee?
Yes, I expect to beat Miami.
I didn't.
They're not better than us. We're on the same level.
I disagree massively.
Yeah.
Maybe this year is closer, but last year Miami was better.
Last year Jimmy Butler was hobbling, number one, and Julius Randle.
But not to start the series. He was hobbling because he fell on Josh Hart's leg or foot.
That was like game 1 or game 2 in the Garden, whenever it was.
Right, but I'm saying going into the series after upsetting Milwaukee, I think Miami was fairly favored over an inexperienced Knicks team.
Hold on, let's be clear about this. All those guys that they shipped out, second rounders and overachievers, they didn't do anything anywhere else. Max Strus ain't shooting like that. Gabe Vincent can't even get on the court. Now they got guys that replace them. Jaime Hawkins is a total upgrade. They're way more scary this year for me. Tyler Hero is way more scary than last year.
That's pretty fair. I'm just saying that I thought that Miami was. Right. Yeah.
No, I just thought
Flea was going to say something about Melo, so go ahead.
Yeah, but before we get to that, last season, I'm saying they were in a play-in team. The Knicks were in the playoffs. They didn't have to fight to get in the playoffs. So when you asking me that question, we had IQ coming off the bench. He was disappointing. So when you ask me, can we have beaten him? Of course, I had high hopes for that. I was disgusted with the way we lost. Go ahead, Flea, my bad.
No, I was just going to say we forget in that Melo tenure, Dime brings up Linsanity. Linsanity happened, but that was D'Antoni, right? Like we went through a coaching change. Brunson hasn't gone through any real adversity yet in New York City. It's been cool. It's been love. It's been peace. It's all been fun. There's no real expectation on him, right? We got him. Everybody's making it seem like we got him for a steal. He's on a friendly deal, making only a little over $20 million a year. Like, so the expectation that he has is not the same that Melo walked into the door with. So when we compare, what what we expect from Jalen Brunson and what he's doing with our team right now in comparison to what Melo did when he walked through the door, what we gave up. I remember still to this day, people feel like we gave up way too much for Melo. So there was a huge expectation for Melo walking through the door. And did he deliver? Like, that's up for discussion for anybody. We didn't win a championship, but in terms of his tenure, did you like it? Did you didn't? That's another discussion. But what Brunson has done in a year and a half, I don't even think you can measure it to what Melo did yet for us in those, I don't know, 7 years? Like, I don't think you can even measure that yet. Not yet.
That's fair.
I
The
think
expectations were a lot higher. He came in as a much bigger star.
Yeah.
That's very fair. And then I will say this. Let me ask you this question, because Fabian and I, by the way, anybody that's listening to this discussion and is curious about the Melo years, me and Fabian did a video like right when we first connected on social media. It's a 4-part episode. We've only released 3 parts of it, though. We have to release the 4th, of deep dive of the Melo era in New York every single year. Clips included, everything. You just got to look up, like, in the video is called, what was it called? Fabian? Something about the Melo era Knicks?
Yeah, the Melo years.
No, we titled it something.
I don't remember.
Something, just look up Dime Dropper Melo era Knicks and look it up. Mm-hmm. But I was going to say this. I was going to ask Flea this question. Do you think that in 2012, because that was a pretty disappointing season, it was the first full year with Melo, Linsanity was the highlight of the regular season, but do you blame more Mike D'Antoni for being a weird fit for the team with, you have Melo and Amari Stoudemire, so that's not like ideal to have a traditional 3 and 4 with D'Antoni, who likes to play spacing ball, and you had Tyson Chandler center, no spacing, it's not a spacer. Amari had an 18-footer, but that's not a D'Antoni team at all. He was begging Melo to play the 4. Melo didn't want to do it back then because the 4 back then warranted different things. Now he would do it in a heartbeat. But when Mike Woodson took over, they had that great run at the end of the season. You had Melo had that game against Chicago that was like his highlight regular season game as a Knick in all of the years.
Sunday,
and then
that was like Easter.
Right, yeah. And then you guys got one win against the Heat, which is not like something to scoff at. Like that Heat team was elite. You got to win. Do you blame it on Melo more that season that it was a little dysfunctional, or do you think it was the D'Antoni thing? Because Lynn, he was the perfect guy for D'Antoni. That's why I guess he did the pick and roll ball he wanted.
I think anytime you playing with a ball dominant guy that doesn't create many shots for others, it's always going to be clunky when you're trying to figure it out. Like, Melo's not a guy that is a playmaker by nature, right? He can, but he's not a playmaker by nature. He's a guy that's going to go get you a bucket. So when you're trying to figure that out, and like you said, Don, having not the typical roster that you're used to having to run the things that you like to run, yeah, it was going to be difficult. I thought it was a seamless fit when we got Mike Woodson, just because of styles, right? Jeremy Lin was a hell of a player, but I don't think you jump on the back paws of Jeremy Lin and think he's going to, ride us through a series against Miami. Like, I don't even want to get into that Jeremy Lin kind of thing, but like that sometimes that is a little overblown for what that really was. Like, that was a great moment. And then you quickly saw, once there was a week of tape out, we quickly saw how you defend against that. I remember him going down to Miami and them suffocating.
Oh, trust me. We covered that game, and we put the clip, all the highlights in that video of the Jeremy Lin getting eviscerated before the All-Star break. I remember that.
Right, and we're not even talking about Braun or D-Wade jumping on him. I'm talking about what Mario Chalmers was doing to him. It was wild that night. So all I'm saying is that it may have looked like we needed to have a little more trust in Jeremy Lin, but that was a really good moment. He had a good stretch. Melo was the guy that you needed to hit your wagon to when you're trying to get to the next level at that point, in his career. So yes, I do think it was more so his fault, to answer the question, just because of who he is as a player. Trying to figure out what he needed to do defensively now, because Mike Woodson was asking him to do more on the defensive end. So I think it was a bunch of things going on with that. So we should have done a lot better in that series. They got us at, we were down 3-0. They was about to sweep us. We won game 4 in the Garden, and then they got us out of here.
Yeah, you know, I want to. Oh, go ahead, Fabian. I was going to push back on that comment for a second. Mario Chalmers, yeah, he didn't have a great career. Obviously, in Kansas, he was huge, had that huge shot against Memphis in the championship. But he actually was a really underrated defender for those Heat teams. He actually played good D.
Yeah.
He's a 3-and-D point guard.
Yeah, he did. Well, almost 3-and-D, but he did. But I think, listen, man, I like Melo. Again, I think he has potential to be the next superstar podcaster. Like the way he talks, I would rather watch him and watch him talk than a lot of these guys. Podcast P has nothing on Carmelo. Carmelo has an opinion and just states it. He ain't scared of nothing, and I love that about him. But that's a part of the reason why a guy like that, who I totally disagree with what he's saying and what he believes in, came to the Knicks with a philosophy that I totally disagree with. You didn't just when Flea, we can't just look over the fact that we traded too much. They traded the core of the team, period. And you're supposed to be the new core. And that's what makes me go, you know what? With the team that we have right now, forget Giannis, forget Embiid, forget all these guys. Go get Herb Jones. Go get Gafford from the Washington Wizards. I don't need those 8 guys. Those are primary reasons why. He wasn't LeBron, and LeBron is the best player of the era. So, like, the fact that we treated him that way, it's a double-edged sword. He's going to get the blame for it because he's on the court. But that's also James Dolan not listening to Donnie Walsh. I like this comment from Brooklyn Buddha. To be fair, this front office could have built a championship team around Melo. No, they couldn't, because this front office is led by Leon Rose, who was Carmelo's agent back then with CAA. He didn't have the wherewithal to lead a team back then. I think he saw how LeBron and Melo messed up back then, and he said, you know what? I can build a team a certain way. We don't need to get the A1 guys. Let's build the core first. I'm not sure if Leon Rose could have done that back then. Donnie Walsh is the guy that led us and was reportedly saying, do not trade the whole team for Melo. And he retired soon there. He left us soon thereafter. Donnie Walsh is from New York. He's not scared of the media like Leon Rose hides. We gotta point that out. Leon Rose hides from the media. Donnie Walsh was up front and center with the media. He's from here, and he went back to Indiana. So does Carmelo deserve the blame for this? Yes. Stop. I don't even want to argue about that. I'll leave you with this, Flea. The first thing that Brunson did to put him in a better position was take less money. He didn't trade the core away. Now we're in position to get more players that are at the same level of Brunson or better or around the same thing.
Flat out,
and surround him with that.
He's underpaid. Ask yourself
Say
that
it again. Say
Do
it
you
again.
think Brunson thinks he's underpaid?
He knows that.
Okay.
At this point, present time, he knew that went back then. The Mavericks could have matched it or got maybe more. I don't even know if they could have given him that much more money. He knows that. The only reason why he's here is because Leon Rose is his godfather, bro. There's no way around that. It's working.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Like, hold on, Dom. That's the other thing. It's working. Like, remember, I'm very skeptical about, hold on, Leon Rose. You want your little godson to come over here? Let me see this dude. Now I'm watching more Dallas games. Like, oh, he's kind of nice. He's little, though. And again, I didn't expect to see this. This is not just hype. I'm very impressed by him. But him taking these steps, them taking these steps, is leading the way for everything that's going on right now. This OG Anunoby thing, like, that's why Brooklyn Buddha is saying, making this comment, that this front office would have surrounded Melo with a championship core, because again, the Hartenstein signing totally overlooked again. Brunson signing totally overlooked again now, because this OG Anunoby trade, how high up is this in the Knicks era? Who was the guy in the 70s that we traded from the Warriors, Don?
Jerry Lucas. I still can't believe he found a way to get him. Some of those trades that Red Holtzman was making back then, I don't know how he got away with some of them. Actually, no. There's reason for every single one. There's reason for every single one. Kazi Russell's really talented, number 1 pick kind of player.
I love the player.
So, yeah, I was gonna ask you these 2 questions. One, okay, I feel you on the whole. Melo should have waited for free agency. He came and they gutted the team. Let me ask you a question though. Who of those players you traded to Denver, all very solid players, which one do you think would have made the biggest impact on the team with Melo?
Raymond Felton. He was in his
but you got him back, so like that's kind of moot at the end of the day, isn't it?
No. We got him back after they traded him to Denver, and he was.
I remember.
Okay. So he was out of shape. We got him back out of shape. Let's not forget that. That's the kind of player he was. He went to North Carolina University, Flea, and he was playing for Charlotte also. And he was out of shape, bro. Like, and then we were again the momentum he had with Amari. Now you bring him in there. Like, it's him. Wilson Chandler, even
Gallinari.
Gallinari, yeah, but it's
Gallinari
really
was-
Wilson Chandler.
and
The fact that these guys
Gallinari was
is
good though when you traded him.
Mozgov, a backup center,
And Al
like
Harrington. Al Harrington was a
right.
really
And
solid. He would be. See, they would have loved Al Harrington in this era.
I
Stretch
love Al
four.
Harrington.
Small,
No.
undersized.
No. Al Harrington, we got back from. He wasn't there originally.
I thought he was.
With Amari Stoudemire. No, not with Amari. Nah.
Oh, really? Fleet might know better than not me.
No, because we got T-Mac. We got T-Mac after we had Al Harrington because they thought they were gonna get LeBron. That was before Al Harrington left.
Al Harrington wasn't in the Denver trade.
Regardless of the fact, you think that we were playing good ball, but you think we were going to be a really, really good team, like going forward with Raymond Felton and Amari Stoudemire. Like Stoudemire's knees shot.
That first round would have been sick though, with Amari as the number one guy. The way he was playing that season, I've always been a Knicks sympathizer because I've always felt bad about how in my era they've sucked, and they have great fans. But bro, when you guys had Amari and he was in MVP talks, that was the biggest Knicks fandom I've ever been. Like I was so in love with the way he was playing. It was amazing.
Please, do you remember the game-winning shot that didn't count from damn near half court?
Yeah,
Amari?
against. First of all, it was like
crazy,
top of the key, bro. It was like top of the key, but it was a great shot.
It felt like it was half court, bro. Yeah. It felt like it. And if that shit would have went in,
we included that in the video too.
Crazy. I almost flipped my TV over. I was in the Bronx, and my TV almost went through the wall.
Yeah,
we were going crazy. So Raymond, again, it's not you guys love doing. You know what I say for you all the time. I'm very consistent with this. I don't like that Miami team. With the Miami Heat, there's a reason why they kind of they won 2 championships out of 4. It's tough to play with that team and keep it consistent if you have 3 guys with that much money. Now, one of them better not get hurt. You're done. Because after that happens, especially with LeBron at the helm, I ain't winning this. So, I'm just throw the towel in. I ain't worried about this. Yeah, that's what happens. But when you have Wilson Chandler, Gallinari, Chandler, thank you, Mike, Miguel P. Now we got guys that could come in at the 2 guard, and you're rotating all these players. Yo, how the hell is Miami going to take a break if we got a guy that he's above average? Forget about being nice. You got to deal with that. And what's homeboy from that's winning the Hawks right now?
Landry Fields.
He was okay. Get some minutes. Here you go. Go smack Chalmers real quick.
I love Landry Fields. I'm not gonna lie. Used to love him.
I like him. I like him. We were hyping him too.
I met him. He's a really good guy too. Ask him. The mods? What are you mods or commenters? Can you let me know when Al Harrington left New York?
Al Harrington, I'll look it up now. Because I know he was here when we got T-Mac. Because T-Mac we got from who? The Hawks fleet or
no? Did you get him from Houston?
Al was done during that. Al's last season is.
Hold on one second.
Say it again, Fleet.
I said Al's last year was in 2010.
Right. There was the summer that LeBron was coming here. They were getting rid of all that money off the books. That's why he warned T-Mac like, yo, this ain't looking good. This team is garbage. And T-Mac was like, well, we could do something. He's like, nah, man. I don't think it's gonna happen right now. So they had a plan to get LeBron. And I only know this because my man, he cut T-Mac's hair. And he said, yo, LeBron's coming here. And I was going crazy. And no, that's not why I flipped on LeBron. I was still a super LeBron fan. I hated all you guys that turned on him. You guys were kind of right because the way he flipped on Cleveland. But I want to see excellence. I want to see greatness at his greatness, as Lil Wayne said. I want to see that. But I think they could have been better. I think Melo could have been better in New York had he waited.
What was the answer? Sorry, I was ordering something. What was the answer about the Al Harrington?
2010.
2010? Damn. And he went straight where after?
Denver.
He was a free agent.
So he did go to Denver. I just was mistaken that he was the part of the trade.
Yeah, he went to Denver.
Dude, that Denver team was so interesting post Melo. Like they had no star, but they had a bunch of really good players.
Yeah,
Ty Lawson.
Ty Lawson was really good. See, that's a player that in 20 years where no one's gonna know who he was, unless you watch college basketball. But he was like a little chubby but really fast point guard. Couldn't shoot really threes that well, but 18-footers, 20-footers was getting a lot better. And he had that tear in 2013 where he was just like that Denver team was running teams out the gym.
Another guy, Aaron Apollo, too, on that team. Like somebody that you'll forget about that was a really good defender, really good shooter.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Aaron was great.
That team was that. I would have loved to see David Lee and Gallinari be healthy for that first round series. That was kind of Curry's coming out party in 2013. Because I think what's funny. I asked George Karl that question on Twitter one time, and he actually responded to me. He was talking about the 2013 Nuggets because they had the best record in Nuggets history. I don't know if last year's team passed it or not, but they had a 58-win team in 2013 without Melo, and they were like super fun to watch. And I think they were number one in offensive rating. And I asked him, do you think you would have beaten the Warriors if Gallinari hadn't torn his ACL? And he said, for sure. And I mean, I never really bought that because David Lee got hurt for the Warriors, and David Lee was really, really good back then, like really good. He was their all-star. But at the same time, considering what the Warriors have kind of done post the David Lee removal, maybe it was for the better. Who knows?
Well, David Lee, the former Knick.
Great. He was very solid, too.
That starting five for that 2013 team you talking about, Don, for Denver, is Andre Iguodala, Ty Lawson, Gallinari, Kenneth Faried, and Costa Koufis. They won 57 games.
And then their bench, though, they had who they have off the bench? Al Harrington, right?
They had Andre Miller, Wilson Chandler.
But Andre Miller. See, remember that game winner he hit in the first game? I forgot about Andre Miller. He was quality. Corey Brewer was very good back then. Yeah. See, they had a deep team. I remember debating that the Knicks, Clippers, and Nuggets had the best benches in the league that season.
The Knicks had the Knicks. We were the oldest team, I think, in the league that year. Fabian, were we not the oldest team?
Probably. Rasheed Wallace on the bench? Yeah.
Well, we were a 2 seed.
You mentioning that front line, though? Hold on.
He said Rasheed Wallace on the bench, man. Crazy. Yeah. Well, listen, let's bring it back, though, because there's too much Nuggets talk. Oh, Dom,
okay,
sorry.
well, last thing, though. That you mentioned Iggy and Gallinari on the same team together. Think of how much size that is. That's a lot. At the wings, you got a 6'7" guy and like a 6'10" guy. No wonder they were actually that good.
Yeah, and playing in Denver, that's the best home field. That's like a football home field advantage, like I always say.
You want to talk about somebody who didn't improve for Reed? Last thing, he didn't improve.
But let's talk about tonight's game. We're playing the Hornets. What do we expect? I think LaMelo's not playing Fleet Dime AllBall. I think LaMelo's came off an injury. I was surprised he came back. I didn't think he was coming back for a long time. Brandon Miller called it ill dunk. But this week, today's game and the rest of the week, because we got the Hornets, the Pacers, the Lakers, and
Orlando
and the Magic.
Orlando, yeah.
Okay. What are you expecting, Fleet?
Easy win.
I don't know. I'm really interested to see what kind of lineup we're gonna go with first. That's gonna be the first question for me. Are we gonna find a consistent lineup to go forward with for the next few weeks? Where do we get the scoring and rebounding? Right? Where do we make up for that? Because this is where we're gonna really show our love and appreciation for Julius Randle, for real. Like, we can say what we want about him, but we're gonna miss everything that he brings to the table. So we're gonna have to make up for that. So I'm just gonna be interested to see how we make up for that, who we put in place, who adds more minutes to their plate, what kind of lineups, tips those out there. Obviously, I'm still concerned about winning games, but I'm more concerned about what kind of chemistry we're going to build for at least the next month, because we got to have some. It can't be clunky, because if the shit is clunky, we could fuck around and go 2-8 in the next 10 games, and now we back down in the play-in, right? Messing around the play. So it could change. It could change that fast. So I'm just more interested. If we're playing Charlotte tonight, I'm not really interested in the win or loss. Like, I'm not going to be tight if we lose tonight. I'm more concerned about what we're looking at going forward in terms of our lineups. How are we going to fix our rotations, and who's going to step up?
Yeah, well, for me, I'm definitely a little nervous. I think tonight is definitely a winnable game. We should win that game. I second what you're saying. I agree. This is where coaches make their money. This is where they make their bones. Pause. This is where they show if they're a great coach. Like I said, if there's games we lose, we competitive, we stay in there. Like you said, I definitely want to see what lineups Tibbs puts out. But I need OG and I need Brunson to go in superstar mode. I need them to hold it down. This is the purpose of making these trades. This is the purpose of us calling Brunson a superstar for our team. Need you to step it up. Those 25-point games got to be 35. Those 30-point games got to be 40. OG, those 18, 19, those got to be 25. I expect guys like Hart, Grimes, and Deuce to just step it up. But yeah, I agree, Fleet. I need to see Coach Tibbs right now pull it through. Like I said, these next 4 games, if we can go 2-2, I'm not mad at that. But I definitely need to see what Tibbs got up his sleeve, because right now these is dangerous waters we about to swim in. With our best player, on any given night to be hurt, yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Tibbs got up his sleeve for sure.
Diamond got nothing to say. I expect a test. I want to see how Tibbs is working this. I want to see if he's seen what we see. I don't know if Jericho Sims will get as many minutes because he played 1 minute last game after starting the previous 2 games. That's kind of like, to Beloved's point. You kind of got to be a little more consistent with that. I know it's the heat and everything, but you come on now, like, let's not just pull the rug from under him like that either. And we're gonna need him now. And against the Hornets, yo, bro, I expect to see some damn Fournier in the game.
Hey, bro,
Fournier in the game and rest somebody.
Fabian, real quick, I just wanted to add to what you were saying. Let you finish. You said LaMelo's not playing tonight.
He was questionable. He went down. He hurt himself.
Let's say he's not playing tonight. We forget. Let's remember that Terry Rozier is also not a part of that team anymore. So,
good point.
We could, really run them niggas off the floor tonight if we wanted to. But,
good point.
I just wanted to mention that. Continue, brother.
I got the Knicks winning by big win. Brunson, 25+ points.
Is that Dennis Rodman? That was Rodman?
No, that was regular.
Oh, okay.
He said, no, that was regular.
Terry Rozier was on the Miami Heat that we smoked, by the way. So we won that trade too. That OG trade looks crazy, but we got Terry Rozier and then what? So nothing. Yeah, but I want to see that. I want to see Fournier. I want to see Fournier tonight, bro. Rest Grimes, rest DiVincenzo. We gotta rest these guys that
Go home, Evan. We don't need go home. Why you
I can't say that, Flea.
Go home.
I agree, Flea.
Yeah,
this is resting stuff. You gotta build wins. What is this stuff? Come on.
Go home.
Yeah. I'm not resting nobody. Listen, we gotta make sure
What?
the games. Listen, hold on.
You want to play?
I'll let you continue. Yeah, Fournier and Sims. Oh, listen, we gotta make sure. Yeah, playing Fournier tonight, I don't see why, but I'm not resting nobody. We need to get all the wins we can get right now with our main guy hurt. I'm sorry.
Randle is out, right? This is not a game versus the Miami Heat. If it was the Heat, I understand what you're saying. What the hell are we gonna put Fournier in the game for? If there's a high intense game, we need all our best bulls on the floor at that point. It's against the Hornets. You just said they don't even have Terry Rozier. If we can't beat them with Fournier out there, we don't deserve to have any to make a trade or whatever it is. Come on, man.
I've seen it happen before. All right, they still professionals. I've seen it happen.
Oh, exactly. Fournier's a professional. Shoney's a professional. Showing a lot of love, even though, like I say, he throws jabs out there. Let him earn that $18 million. Damn it! I get on that court, man. If you can find a way to rest Brunson before we play the Lakers, before we play the Pacers, before we play the Magic, please do so, because the Magic is a tough matchup with Jalen Suggs out there. Let's not get that twisted.
They're tough. That team is tough.
Yo, Fabian, what other games are on tap tonight?
We don't care. This is Knicks Rehab, Don. What's wrong with you? What are you talking about?
Okay. I was wondering if there's any marquee matchups. I know we have one of the best in the association tonight.
Shut his mic off. What is wrong with you, Don? What are you talking about? Knicks Rehab.
Okay.
Oh, he was slick.
You gotta love Dom.
Y'all play.
That's not a good matchup. It's not like the Knicks are playing anybody good.
Y'all play Cleveland tonight.
That's a good game.
You think that's a good game?
Why wouldn't it be? The Cavs are playing really good.
Listen,
and we're on the road.
They lose.
See, this is why I laugh, right? People get tricked by the Cavs, but they not saying you, Dom, but people get tricked by the Cavs, but still don't give the Knicks their props. every platform I hear it, yeah, the Cavs are playing great basketball. Even your man Stephen A. I picked Donovan Mitchell over Brunson. But what the Knicks is doing is by far greater than what anybody else is doing, especially the Cavs. I do not want to hear the Cavs is doing great because they said that last year and we smoked their boots. Get the Cavs out of here.
But why can't both of you guys be doing great right now?
We doing better.
Are you ahead of them again? Are you ahead of them now?
We are.
We doing better.
Okay, good. There you go.
We are.
The last month who's been better, Dom? Knock it off.
Okay.
You said top three hottest teams. You got Clippers number 1, obviously. And 3 is the Knicks. So who's number 2?
No, I can see the Knicks being second.
So what's the 3, Dom?
I don't know. Would it be Boston?
After that shellacking y'all gave him?
Who else? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who else? You know, I don't pay attention to every single team that heavy.
Detroit, Fabian.
Maybe Milwaukee.
So it's not them.
Hold on. Damn. That was they had a trade, right?
Who?
What?
In Detroit. Didn't they trade somebody to get they got a shooter and Durant was like, yeah, I gotta look that up.
No,
but they beat the Detroit Pistons beat the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They just Monty Williams just started playing Jaden Ivey. He woke up, put him in a lineup.
Oh, did he? Did he, Flea?
Yes, Fabian.
Do I need to coach the Pistons, bro? That's crazy. Flea.
That's what he did. What do you want me to say?
No, you know who's been really hot lately? Phoenix. I hate them, but they have been.
They've been playing, and two said the other day, like if they continue to just get healthy and keep playing, they're gonna be tough.
Remember when we had our standards, that was my number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, them
Stocksinho. He got
Stocksinho. Oh, that's a huge game.
Yeah, the Thunder versus Minnesota tonight. That's
you know what that means? Win-win for us. One of them's losing. We're coming. We are coming.
Pause. Yo, just Knicks.
Sick mind.
Just Knicks. He's always commenting. I appreciate you. I see you, the orange background,
hold on, right back to him. Bro. We in the field, Baltimore. That's right. Big shout out to Wire, Lil Snoop. She said,
Hey, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Knicks related. Do you guys think, obviously as a first option, I would take Brunson over who I'm about to name. But as a second option, next to Luka, do you think it would be better if the Mavericks had Brunson instead of Kyrie Irving?
Great question. I think so, yes. And my reason is because he's durable. He's going to play. You know, Kyrie misses a lot of games. You know,
how many games has he missed?
I know. I mean, throughout his career, Kyrie's missed a lot of games. You know, right now, would Dallas be better with Brunson if Brunson is playing at this level? See, but for me, and I'll let y'all go, it's hard because, pause, you know, Luka needs the ball in his hand. And I think at this point, Brunson needs the ball in his hand. But, damn, Dom, that's a great question, Dom. Go to them. That's a great question. Wow.
What do you think, Flea?
Trying to see how many games Dallas has played this year, and Kyrie has, but
Kyrie has 27 games. The Mavericks have played.
I'm still
46. He was 19 games.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
that's a lot.
Twisted his ankle, right? And 20 games is a quarter of the season, right? So that's still a lot of games, right?
And that's like half the season so far, just like right now.
Right. But I would say this though, like fully healthy, just out there. Who do I would rather next to Luka? I'm gonna go Kyrie. I know what I've seen, you know, and it's not a knock against Brunson because we are watching Brunson be great and just ascend, right? Continue to make his moments. You know, now we'll talk about the 50-point game that he had against Phoenix. We'll talk about the Sunday afternoon game against Miami the other night. I mean, a Saturday afternoon game. Like aside from other, you know, that last season in the playoffs against Miami, averaging 30. Like, so, you know, he's building his moments, but I know what I've seen from Kyrie Irving and in the playoffs, you know, when you need him to show up in terms of on the basketball court. So for Luka's sake, you know, in terms of like winning, if he got a healthy Kyrie Irving to show up in the playoffs, you know, they are going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Like, we just watched, you know, we was together the other night. Shout out to these brothers. You know, we finally linked up and, you know, got to chop it up the other night. You know, again, I really appreciate y'all, man. But we sat there and watched Luka go for 70. We were sitting there watching this dude go for 70. So you got a guy that could go for 70 and got another guy next to you who could go for 60. Kyrie go for 60 on any given night. So I would rather, you know, Kyrie, to answer the question, Don.
I think there's a lot of question marks with Kyrie. There's more question marks to Kyrie than Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, that's just the bottom line. It ain't got nothing to do with his damn ability. Come on now. Kyrie Irving, bro, I don't know. Again, I don't know if there's anybody in the league that like he's up there with anybody we'd rather watch. Superstar wise, he is the super duper star. And combine that with the skill and everything. But he just came into his own and he's feeling cool now with Dallas because they're winning and things are going good. What happens when you feel a certain way about for whatever reason, Kyrie? No disrespect. You ain't got to worry about that with Jalen Brunson ever, it seems like. And granted, I know he's in a better scenario with the Knicks. I will always remind myself of that, remind everybody of that. Yeah, he's with his godfather. He's with his pops on the bench. Come on now. Clearly tight-knit group. But and he did say, Kyrie Irving did say, I wish I started my career with Dallas, and that organization. But I just think is those intangibles.
Yeah.
Is those
Kyrie did say he was going to re-sign with Boston also. I'm just saying. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's true.
He did say that.
Yo, Denver's playing Milwaukee tonight?
If you would have me, I said.
Oh, okay. Ace Boogie wants to talk about the Lakers and Warriors OT, even though the Knicks rehab.
I didn't get to watch it.
We could talk about we want to switch it to four sportsman real quick.
No, I have a question. Are the Nuggets actually playing Milwaukee tonight? That's a pretty good game.
I'm gonna be honest. What Flea said in the beginning, I'm starting to feel like that. I'm being honest. I'm not intrigued by Denver no more, bro. I'm being honest. Like, I'm not. They got to make a move. And Flea called it. Like he said, they not going to be as good. And I'm just watching them. I don't know if it's because they bored because of the regular season, which I don't respect no player that acts like that or plays like that. I'm not excited to watch Denver Nugget games. I'm sorry. I'm just not. And when I watch them, as great as Joker is, I'm being honest, man. It seemed like they let him do it. I'm not intrigued by Denver, Flea. So I definitely agree with you when we gave our standings and our seniors and you was talking about certain teams. So even though Dom is saying, you know, like I said, Denver, Milwaukee, I'm not intrigued as much as OKC, Minnesota. I'm just not. I'm over Denver. I'm being honest with you.
Denver does play the Bucks tonight, Dom.
I'm not impressed with Joker because he's big, fat, and he can pass.
We seen Bill Cartwright doing that. That's your man. By the way, that's we play the Jazz this week. I don't think it's Orlando. It's the Jazz.
It's the Jazz?
Yeah, the Jazz, the Lakers,
the
Pacers, and tonight's the Hornets. What were you saying? Or the Denver Nuggets. I get what y'all saying, man. Outside of Denver, what's the I'm gonna take their road record real quick because that home field advantage is real. Everyone complains about it. What's it called? 52-80. That's what they put on the jersey. They put it on the jersey. They're a mile high up. I understand what y'all saying. Losing Bruce Brown, they never really replaced him, right? Jamal Murray's back. What's the excuse? We shut him down.
I've also heard that Christian Brown hasn't really taken the leap. He's kind of been this exact same.
And I've been.
He's a second-year guy though. You know,
I thought he would improve a little bit. What else? As Lee said, they didn't add, so he has to be a little bit better. He has to improve a little bit.
I was singing his praises last year, so I thought he was going to take the next step. But they got guys like Peyton Watson, Christian Brown.
Peyton Watson can guard for sure.
I just thought Michael Porter Jr. I don't know if the next step, but I thought you could go get 20 a night from Michael Porter Jr. at this point. And I don't even know if he is a consistent 20 a night 20-point scorer. Like he's He doesn't seem like now. Maybe it's just flat out not enough shots to go around. I don't know, but for the talent that he is, for the amount of shots that he gets up, like he's a 3-point shoot. Like he just hunts the 3-point line. So for a guy that is always looking to shoot the three, has never seen a shot that he doesn't like. For me, like every time I see him, he ain't looking to pass. So why isn't he? The dude averages 1.4 assists a game. So like I said, he's not looking to pass the ball. So why isn't he averaging more? You know, he's a consistent 16 points a night. But if he took it to another level, then I would say to y'all, like, yeah, you're not going to miss Bruce Brown. And they're still, you know, the cream of the crop and the team that, you know, you got to look out.
But
You think? Go ahead.
No, but Flea, stay there. He's supposed to take the next step. He's the key to the Denver Nuggets' success. And I've been saying it for a while now. He's underachieving. I'm sorry. To have that skill set, to be that tall, and literally all you do is shoot 3-point shots. You don't post nobody up. You barely shoot mid-range. You ain't crashing the boards. You ain't locked. You ain't playing no deep. Like, once again, players get passes. I don't know why. What's my Tobias Harris? It's certain guys that just fly under the radar and people praise their skill set, other NBA players, but these guys are not doing what they're supposed to do. It's no way in the world Michael Porter Jr. is supposed to be averaging 16 points. It's no way in the world. It's no excuse for that. You playing with a guy that's the best player in the world that will give you the ball. There's no way in the world. So for me, that's what makes Denver hard to watch. I'm sorry. When I see Michael Porter Jr. flee, we make fun of it. Literally, we'll have a wide open shot in the paint. He will take a dribble and 2 steps backwards to shoot a terrible 3-point shot. I'm over Denver. And to me, they're not Flea, you called it. If they play the Lakers right now, they're dangerous in the series. If they play the Clippers, if they play OKC, Denver's done to me. I'm sorry.
I think I always say though, Denver and the Celtics. That made
it did it?
Yeah.
Oh, Dom, we lit. Hey yo, look, Flea and Fabian is hating. Look.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Let's go, Dom. Let's go. Wow.
I always say OKC like the most dangerous team out there because they can make a trade. They got all those draft picks and everything, but you got to rank Denver's number 1, Boston's number 2, or vice versa in terms of most dangerous trade possible. Because if either one of them make a tweak, it's kind of over for everybody else. But they are missing something. It feels like the Nuggets. To your point, Flea, and Flea called it from the very beginning. Come on, it's tough to go back to back and win championships. Jamal Murray, he always gets hurt. So how come you didn't foresee that? Like that, come on. That wasn't like you couldn't see that. You could imagine that happening, and they didn't really prepare for that. The same reason the Lakers didn't prepare for LeBron to be a third option, Stocksinho. That is correct. What are you talking about? He had a fluke game. Yeah, LeBron dropping 36, 20, and 12 at age 39. All ball can't possibly hate on that. They rank me higher on the hater poll right now, though, all ball.
Yo, see, that's laughable because once again, when they lose, y'all don't be nowhere to be found. Let's not forget you beat a bad Golden State team. Like, let's not forget that. You beat a terrible Golden State team. Draymond Green can't guard me. He ain't giving you double digits in points. Like, come on, bro. See, that's my thing with the LeBron thing. But I'll let y'all have y'all shine. I said, I'm not arguing with a 30-point triple-double. You right, great game. But like I told you in the beginning before the season started, they're going to big up LeBron when he beat bad teams. When he lose the good teams, all the excuses is going to be Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell. So, hey, man, whatever floats your boat.
Compared to who, though? These teams wish they had a role player shooting percentage of MPJ percentages. Nah, Tom Izzo. If MPJ was playing more locked in and didn't settle that much, we know what settling means. We know Julius Randle was settling for the last 3 or 4 years, and he was an All-NBA type player. And all of a sudden this season, he came in there saying, I'm not gonna settle anymore. I've been watching tape on myself. Michael Porter Jr. does not watch tape on himself, and if he does, he's a jerk. You're a jerk if you're watching that kind of tape and you're just gonna keep doing what you're doing. That's not right. That ain't right whatsoever. So yeah, the Nuggets, they need to make a move, especially if they're not going to be have home court advantage. You're going to be in a 7-game series in the playoffs without home court advantage. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, I definitely think they got to make a move because now teams don't fear them. You know, when teams fear you and respect you, you know, the game is played different. And right now, the landscape is wide open. Like, there's no favorite right now. Yeah, we could say what team is more dangerous, was a team that's on fire, but a clear-cut favorite, there is none. Look at the East. When Dame went to Milwaukee, I automatically went guaranteed chip. When Porzingis and Drew Holiday went to the Boston Celtics, oh my God.
They got a call. Yeah, I felt the same way. I mean, Drew Holiday leaving the Bucks was tough too. I mean, again, their core is gone. Another team that we can use as an example, not just Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, he leaves the Bucks. They trade him away to Phoenix or Portland. He becomes part of that Phoenix core over there, who looks more scary than your Lakers, Stocksinio and Ace Boogie. You telling me that the Lakers healthy are scarier than the Phoenix Suns healthy? No way possible. Phoenix Suns look crazy healthy. So
you
to
can
your
hear
point,
me?
yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so
to
I
your
got
point,
a phone call. I'm
all
sorry.
ball. Yeah, it's all good. To your point, all ball. Drew Holiday, getting Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen, even the Bucks, that core is gone. A piece of that goes to the Celtics. It makes you think like, damn, championships on the horizon all over again.
Right. Look at the struggles in Phoenix. Like I said, those guys can't stay healthy, but when they are healthy, but they still thin. Clippers are coming into their own. To me, that's the most dangerous team in the West. Like I said, in the beginning of the season, I said Dallas with the combination of Luka and Kyrie, but Kyrie's going to be injured. He can't stay on the court. Like I said, OKC, Minnesota, those guys are still young. So it's difficult for me to think that an OKC or Minnesota would beat a Clippers or a Denver. But like I said, they still a threat. And then you know me, I'm not a Lakers fan. Y'all know me. I'm a Lakers hater. I'm a LeBron hater. But still, that experience, a young team meet them in the playoffs, So, and look at Golden State taking a dip. So for me, it's wide open. It's wide open. And the Denver Nuggets right now, being the defending champs, they don't look great. I'm sorry. They don't look great. And losing Bruce Brown, that was a lot. Especially if Michael Porter is not going to take that next leap, that next step. He's not making up for anything. You see how, the Knicks lost Barrett and quickly. Let's get back to the Knicks rehab. The Knicks lost Barrett and quickly, and OG made up for all of that, offensively and defensively. And then you have Hart, DiVincenzo, Grimes, Duke stepping up. Denver lose Bruce Brown. Who's stepping up? It should be Porter Jr. He ain't stepping up. Remember, Bruce Brown is a Swiss Army knife. He do it all. And you heard what he said about, the rumors of him coming to the Knicks. He said, I could do it all. I love, Tim's ain't got to ask me to do nothing. I'm going to do it all. So, right now, to, bring it all back, for the Knicks, we have great problems. We haven't had great problems in a long time. We have draft picks. We have good players. We have players with expiring contracts. We have good young players that are starting to show their skill set that a lot of teams is looking, like I said, look at the Toronto thing. They won it quickly. So if we didn't have it quickly, we wouldn't have been able to make that trade. So we're in a great position right now. And I just want everybody to give us the patience and the respect y'all give every other organization and team when their best player goes down.
1,000%. 1,000%. Shout out to Stock Senior also. We are favored by -9.5 over the Hornets tonight. Do you think we cover? And the over-under is 220.5. Do you think we cover the -9.5 though? It's a big spread.
I think we cover the 9.5. I don't know about the 220. Because Charlotte doesn't have LaMelo Ball or Rozier. But these are dangerous games for good teams. Because sometimes you could take a night off or think it's going to be sweet. And then a game like this, next thing you know, these players don't miss. Remember, we've seen games where guys are just on fire no matter who you are. You could be playing against the 92 Bulls with Jordan. But if you ain't missing a shot, literally everything you throwing up. So we got to be careful with games like this. Let's Let's get it over early. Let's knock them out early, and let's get this game under our belt, and look forward to the tough games, the Lakers. Like I said, Utah Jazz, winnable game, but they still up and coming and tough. So we have, some winnable games. But, yeah, I think we cover the 9.5 for sure. I don't know about the over, but I'm taking them for the 9.5 for sure.
And I totally agree. The Hornets, I thought they would put whoever's out tonight, but they don't have that up yet. Whoever's going to be out of the game. But if they're missing Mark Williams, they don't have a defense, a presence down low.
Right.
This is going to be a real test for OG Anunoby. I mean, RJ Barrett, he did when he was here. He used to show flashes, 40-point games, 50-point games against the Heat, against the Celtics. He had big clutch moments.
Right.
These are I don't want to run OG to the ground. I don't want to play him more than 40 minutes. But while he's out there, I want to see the rookie kid Brandon Miller get shut down. Miles Bridges, don't even think you could do anything against the new Defensive Player of the Year candidate. It seems like there's going to be a run with him versus Gobert. So I want to cover that 9.5, man. Let's show improve, especially against the Hornets. Close it out, make it early. Get back to the hotel early and cover.
Before we get out of here, OG Defensive Player of the Year. Is Hartenstein up for Most Improved Player of the Year?
Yeah, in my opinion, he got to be up there. This injury hampered him though.
Is Tibbs up for Coach of the Year so far?
He better be. He better be.
See, for me, these awards is suspect because I don't think it should be who has the best record because some of these teams have 3-4 superstars. So for me, listen, we should hit one of those categories. Tibbs Coach of the Year, Hartenstein, Most Improved Player, OG, Defensive Player of the Year. We should get one of those. And we may have 2 All-Stars. Of course, Randle will be a reserve, Brunson a reserve also. But of course, somebody have to take Randle's spot. But we potentially have 2 All-Stars. Listen, man, the Knicks is doing big things, y'all. Big things.
I like what Stocks in you. So I don't know, man. I stay away from the big spreads, especially in these months. I like that middle of the season. And this is why.
You want to read some comments before we get out of here?
Yeah. Go back to the top. Beloved was in here. Shout out to him. Turbo, he didn't get to ask his question. Go ahead, ask your question, Turbo.
Turbo, what up, Turbo? Turbo in the building.
Is Shaq second best? Clippers first, then Knicks. I'm not sure what that means. Small Panda. What's up, Small Panda? Never seen you before. The Knicks are the most consistent team, but not the best. Not yet. They're the best team. When I saw what I saw in that game, Fish, out to you, Fish. What I saw against the Heat, it felt like the best team that I've seen all season. I haven't really. The Nuggets early on in November, the first 9 games, they look like the best team, but we haven't seen that since. The Celtics showed flashes, but again, to me, it's all about Tatum. And, if he's going to go and be the guy, to me, where he's going to go to the basket and be that tough, then, of course, it's a different story. But until then, we got a group of players who are sacrificing. Lizzie Flex, I got to see us against Boston first before I can see that. Well, right.
Good point. Point.
I could respect all the guys that need the, see to believe. I always go with potential, and I trust myself now. Like AllBall always says, yo, bro, we love basketball. We're not just trolling. Sometimes we sound like we all could be hyped, but y'all told me RJ Barrett was the first option. I didn't forget that. I won't forget your face. Pause. You best good teams in one game, not a 4 out of 7. Whatever. Everybody. I think OG and Precious got Grimes motivated. They came in balling, took Precious in a few games, but he was balling more than Grimes. Before you knew it, Grimes wakes up. Grimes is inconsistent. What do you think, AllBall?
I mean, yeah, I've been saying that. I think Grimes got a chip on his shoulder. I think he need to let that chip go. We want you as a Knick. I like Grimes. Just like I said, Thibodeau is giving you the opportunities. Just got to be consistent. That's it. Like I said, knock your shots down because he's playing good minutes. Like, there's no excuse. Like I said, so I don't understand, some of the rumors of him being unhappy and things like that. But I like Grimes. And like I told you, I wouldn't want to give up Grimes. I'm sorry. I like Grimes. But, you got to be more consistent, bro, because you see what it is. Y'all got to start playing like, getting some of these awards. Most Improved Players, 6th Man of the Year, even be in those talks. That's what killed RJ Barrett. We looked at it and said, yo, you're never going to be a 3rd pick and to never be considered an all-star, we can't keep you. So guys like Grimes and these dudes, listen, it's going to be tough when some of these teams want to trade and, you know, they may want you part of the trade. It'd be hard to give you up if you're playing like 6 man of the year or you're playing most improved player or, you know, you're just doing your thing. But if you're going to be inconsistent and complain, listen, bro, y'all can go. So Grimes, man, just be more consistent. But like I said, when Grimes is playing great, listen, we tough to beat. We a tough out. I'm sorry.
And that's the other thing about the super era I always got confused about. I always say LeBron led the whole thing, and we all say that. But he also took less money. D-Wade took less money, right? D-Wade had to Dwayne Wade had to sacrifice. What the hell makes any of you people think RJ Barrett wouldn't have to sacrifice? Dwayne Wade said, I got to get my team up to this dude. RJ Barrett, you just came into the league. You might not be what you think you are. Why not take a step back? And all of a sudden, again, Jalen Brunson comes to the team and sacrifices and does what you should have been doing. And that might have set the tone, you know what I mean? Set the tone for the RJ Barrett trade where it's like, bro, are you not willing to come off the bench? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Listen, someone has to understand with the Knicks, if I win a championship here, I will be immortalized. So what do I have to do to make that happen? And if it's okay, come on, man. Tim Duncan took less money. Tom Brady took less money his whole career. And look where those guys is at. You will be revered like them if you win a championship. Imagine Brunson next contract, Randle next contract, take less money, we build the correct team, and then we win a chip. Are you kidding me? So for me, yeah, get as much money as you can, but understand, what is it about? Is it about winning? Is it about history? Is it about being a legend? So, for me, listen, man, we got a leader. When the last time we had a leader? We have a leader, and his name is Jalen Brunson. Brunson for president.
Well, it's 4:30, but I want to shout out Agent Super Argo. Please hit that button. Support the channel. He said he just subscribed.
Thank
I
you.
Totally appreciate that. Let me go to these the new comments real quick. Where's Turbo at?
But let them know, look out for us every day, man. We're gonna be doing this. Like I said, we take a lot of time to do this. We put effort into this. We love our Knicks. We love sports talk. So please tell a friend, support, y'all. Y'all want great content. Y'all want 100% raw talk, good talk, entertainment. Knicks Rehab, y'all.
Turbo's 3-year anniversary of his show. Shout out to Turbo. He's on IG. We need to bring that to YouTube, Turbo, and stop playing around.
Hey, Turbo, you need to do an anniversary show. We all come up there and support, bro. So you got our DMs. Hit us in the DM. Let's set that up. You do an anniversary show. We all come up there and show love, and let's have some fun. It's some sports show, some sports talk. Big shout out Turbo, man, from the beginning. Show nothing but love. And he's a smart, Turbo know his basketball.
Turbo is the encyclopedia for real.
And he know his basketball from high school, college to the NBA. Big shout out Turbo.
Turbo facts. Healthy team. How far are we going, Just Knicks? I think we're a championship team healthy. I'm saying it now.
Yep.
What I saw against the Heat, Denver, Philly, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
I just saw somebody say something of Philly earlier. I think that was Fish. He was saying that Philly has won 7-game series. Like, we can't even talk about Philadelphia in the Embiid era in the playoffs. That is insane to even ever compare to anything else. They are a total disappointment. You ran Ben Simmons out of there. You couldn't improve him. You let go of Jimmy Butler in Philly. Big mistakes over there in Philadelphia.
Terrible.
25th of February is next Boston game, by the way. Thank you, Stocks. So that's a month from now? Damn.
Wow.
Okay, so you know what? That's when a month from now is supposed to be when Randle might be coming back. The trade deadline would have passed. All-Star game would have passed. Maybe we get somebody.
Where's that Boston game at?
I don't know. I'll look up
crazy.
in a second. Let me look it up now. Knicks, Boston, Celtics. February 24th in the Garden.
What day is that?
24th is, I don't know. We'll look at the calendar.
That's going to be crazy. We got to listen. We ain't in the building. We got to be somewhere together and watch it now. We need a sports ball or something.
24th is a Saturday.
Listen, Saturday night. What is it a night game?
8:30.
Ooh, prime time. We are listen. Yeah, listen.
I still think y'all need a backup point guard. Yeah, I think that's why I like flirting with the Alex Burks thing. We need somebody to control the ball with the second unit, bro.
I agree.
Just remember, RJ Barrett wasn't a point guard, but we needed him over there. That's the thing, Latifi. Knicks' closest win over recent games came against weakest opponent, Wizards. Right, and I think we're undefeated against like teams under 500, and we were 9-17 or 18 against teams that were above 500. But again, those three of those 9 victories, Philly, Denver, and Miami Heat, the NBA finalists, smacked them.
Listen, exactly.
Knicks did not cover spread against some weak teams while blowing the ish out of some elite teams. Yeah, but we've been doing well against the spread. Stocksinio last 18 games been 15-3. No, Stocksinio, you be saying that you ain't the gambling spot. You be at the gambling spot though. That's my guy.
He knows what's going on.
Hell yeah, Latifi Henry, right? I feel you on that, and that was fresh OG in the lineup. Now after just 8 or so games against top tier teams, we'll give him the business. There you go, Latifi. Boston next on the hit list. Carl ain't gonna want to hear that. I do not know why we talking about the Heat like that because they will be in the play-in again. Damn, you don't believe in them? I like the hate though. I like the Heat hate. Like I said, Boston next on the hit list. If they going at it,
I love it.
I might have to come up. Let's go.
Oh
wait,
man,
MSG Garden.
Invited anytime.
Let's go. 18-0 or impressive, something like that. Against the spread, I want to say 15-3 the last 18 games, Stocksinio. I want to say 18-3. But yo, it's 4:30. We gave you a little overtime. Knicks Rehab. Yo, there was like 38 people. I seen 38 people in the building from AllBall TV. In total, it was almost like 45 people, Twitter included. Shout out to Twitter peoples. AllBall Fabian PerspecTV peoples. AllBall TV peoples. Man, you see, ain't nothing but passion for the Knicks. We're going to deliver more and more Knicks. Shout out to every Knicks platform out there.
Yes.
Open invite to all of y'all. We're competitive, but we're also friendly. What they call a friendly competition. We love you to be on the platform.
Yes.
We want to spread the love to everybody. Everybody. I don't care who you are out there. Favorite perspective, expected, so accepted. Deja un like, comentario, suscribe.
Listen, I don't know what he be saying. If anybody knows Spanish, let me know if he's talking about me. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that like button. Tell a friend, man. And listen, when y'all see that notification, jump in the building. We doing this every day, y'all. Knicks Rehab. And y'all know the drill. When we talking crazy, we ain't have our medication. Knicks Rehab, y'all. We out.
Out of here.